As you're joining, please remember to mute your mic. We've got some hot mics out there. We got a few more.
If you don't mute your mic, you get skipped.
Pretty much.
Rule. Amanda's holding it down.
All right. It looks like everyone's mic is muted, but we're going to start with Gene, so hopefully his mic is unmuted.
Damn.
Gene, are you there?
It's unmuted.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Gardner, compared to last year, did it seem like in this game Sunday that there were more receivers open on your first read than usual?
I don't know. I think we had a good game plan. Coach Gruden did a good job calling plays. Our guys ran good routes, and I think we had time to throw the ball. I think a lot of times we worked through the progression, and there's a lot, guys at the back end that, didn't get tired of, running routes on the backside, and they got balls and got rewarded for it. So I'm glad with the effort in our passing game, really.
You had the second fastest ball out of all the NFL quarterbacks this past week. Was there a conscious effort to do that, or did it just seem, hey, if a guy's going to get open immediately, I'm going to get the ball to him?
Yeah, we were just going to take what they gave us, and then our guys made some really good plays after the catch. And as long as we're going to, we have that, we're going to take it. That's our thing. We're not going to force anything. We're going to take what the defense gives us, whether that's underneath, over the top, whatever. This week it just happened to be where it was.
Thanks.
Thanks, Gene. Let's go over to D-Rock and then Gary Smits.
Gardner, we talked a little bit about this before, but you have a different persona publicly than you do, obviously, inside the team, inside the meeting rooms and locker room and stuff. Do you kind of like that sort of dual personality thing, I guess, the way that they view you inside the locker room as more of an accountant, like Doug said, studious, serious?
Oh, I don't care. I think it's all about, the personal relationships that you build in the building. I think you want everybody to be able to be themselves, and I think everybody, has times when they're a little more playful and mess around, and have times when they're serious and locked in. With all the stuff I do, this is my job. This is, what I've worked for my whole life, and it's not an opportunity I'm going to take lightly. I enjoy it, obviously, at times, but, obviously during times to work, I'm going to make sure I'm doing that as well.
Thank you.
Thanks, D-Rock. Let's go over to Gary and then Cassidy.
Yeah, Gardner, can you talk about the message you guys might have sent to defensive coordinators around the league in the creative ways that you're going to be using Laviska? And are you dying for the day that one play opens up where he actually throws you a pass?
Yeah, Perry, Laviska's a great player. He's one of those guys that we just got to get the ball to, and, any way we can. Really just starting to get into it with the versatility that he brings. Very excited for him. I think it's a testament to him, being, studied up and as a rookie being able to do all these different roles. I'm excited for, what we're going to be doing with him moving forward for sure.
Thanks, bud.
All right, let's jump over to Cassidy and then John Reed.
Is Laviska already standing over there?
No, he's not here yet. That was Cole.
Oh, I thought that's what you were looking at. I don't know if you've seen a lot of the assessment of your game on Sunday, near perfect, just one incompletion, lots of, hey, let's pay attention to Gardner Minshew. Now that you've watched the tape, how would you assess it?
I felt good. I thought as offense, we were pretty efficient. Running the ball, when we run the ball like we do, especially in the first half, it kind of opens everything up. I thought we did a good job limiting mistakes. Mental errors were very low for us as a group. And our guys called the ball and ran with it well. So, pretty pleased. I think there's obviously, every time you go back and watch, there's things you can improve on. And this is, there's no difference here.
And then as going backwards a little bit in the offseason, as training camp went on, from what you saw going against him, how did you see Miles sort of evolve back into that outside linebacker role? What strides did he make, and as he got ready for the season?
Yeah, Miles is a guy ever since I've gotten here, you realize when he's out on the field, he's different. He moves so well, so fluid for a linebacker. And I think it also helps him having Joe out there. I think those two work really well together. And I'm excited for both of them as they lead kind of the defense. Both of them are really good players. Miles played incredible, and he's really grown as a leader too.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cassidy. Let's go over to John Reed and then Mia.
Cassidy kind of asked my question a little bit, but Garner, can you just speak about, there's so much goes into a quarterback going into the second season, and always the talk about they got to show the jump. And I think you discussed that a little bit, but what is your approach? Is it just week to week? And, I'm surely that the Titans not going to show what the coach did, but what is your approach to that second year and showing what you did this past week? You look like you worked on everything and everything showed 19 out of 20, but what is your approach to that?
Yeah, I think your approach never really changes. Ever since I got here, I was working to try to be the best quarterback I can be, the best quarterback I can be for this team. And that's no different. I think you learn things along the way, and you kind of add those kind of to the tool bag. But you can only win one game a week. That's what we're focused on. I think when you start looking at things holistically, like as year by year, you kind of get lost in the mix. I think most importantly, it's one game at a time, one play at a time is what's going to serve you best.
What do you expect from the Titans as far as coverages? And I know they disguise a lot, blitz a lot. What are you anticipating Sunday from them?
Yeah, they do a good job mixing things up. Coach Vrabel does a very good job coaching those guys. On the back end, they got some veteran guys that are very savvy, and they can change looks. With Byard, and then the two corners, Butler and Joseph. They're all guys that have played a lot of ball, and they can move around and do different things. And they're definitely a challenge, and one I think we're excited for.
Thanks, John. All right, let's go over to Mia and then Hayes and then Mark Long.
Hey, Gardner. The Jags haven't won in Nashville since 2013. Nissan Stadium has been a bit of a house of horrors. I know you have never actually played there. Can you put a finger on what it is, why that's happened?
I don't know. I mean, I think, you always kind of get these streaks and things, and people try to correlate things year after year. But I think in reality, every year is a new year, every week's a new week. I think a lot of times these trends are more superficial than like anything actually, tangible. I think it's a challenge that we're looking forward to. We obviously don't want any streaks like that, but it's something we're all looking forward to.
And like I said, I know you didn't play last year when the team did go to Nashville, but what do you remember most from that meeting at home when you faced that Titans defense that maybe you can carry over to this year?
Yeah, no, they were, very similarly built last year. A lot of veteran guys that can disguise looks, move things around on you, very disciplined. And I think there's a lot of the same that you saw week one. And then, the second time we played them, they were just very hot. They got on a roll. They were playing really good, playing with a lot of confidence, doing that same stuff we talked about. And they're playing really good, and I think they're expecting to carry that over. And they're going to be a very good team.
One last quick thing. Jay said he got 1 hour of sleep, allegedly, because of looking at all the blitz packages from the Titans. Have you been able to sleep the last 2 nights?
Yeah, I've slept a little bit better than him. We're going to put the work in, but I'm going to need my sleep too.
Thanks, Gardner.
Thanks, Mia. All right, let's go to Hayes and then Mark Long. Maybe. Hayes, you there? Doesn't look like Hayes. Let's go with Mark. Mark, are you there?
Yeah, just doubling back up on the streaks and things you were talking about. Doug's theme this year seems to be, we're not looking back. How important is that for maybe a really young team and especially this week, like you said, a team that hasn't won up there in a while?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can only focus on what's in front of you. I think you learn from the past and use the things that, um, have happened to you. But in reality, I mean, we have a ton of guys this year on this 53 that have never played up there, that have never been with us when we've gone to play. So it's a new experience. It's a new team bringing up, but it's a lot of it's the same challenges that they present. They play really well in that building. They play with a lot of confidence, older guys that, mix things up well, and they're very talented. So it's definitely a unique challenge.
And then secondly, did you talk to anybody else around the league who played without fans at all to maybe get an idea or feel for what that's going to be like this week?
No, not really. We're preparing for it. We had a scrimmage. I guess that'll be kind of similar. We also practiced today, kind of be similar. So we're excited for it. We obviously wish fans were there. Makes it more fun. I'm assuming, but we're focused on task at hand, and hopefully we'll be ready for it.
Thanks, Mark. All right, we've only got time for about one more, so we're going to go to John Shipley. Apologies, we can't get to everybody.
Hey, Gardner. Just seeing what there is on tape. Kevin Byard has a reputation as one of the league's better safeties. What can you just say about him and kind of how aware you have to be of where he is on the field?
Yeah, he's so good, man. He's like you said, one of the best safeties in the league. He can play well in the box. He can play well deep. He mixes up looks. He's savvy. He has a nose for the ball. So you definitely have to have an idea where he is. He's a good player, and he's a challenge that we're looking forward to.
Thanks, Gardner.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Gardner. Appreciate your time.
Thank y'all.
Everybody's here. Welcome. All right, we're going to get started right away. We'll go to Gary Smits and then Jordan DeLugo.
Laviska, was your first NFL game everything you thought it would be?
That's a good question. But at the end of the day, it's football. It's fun. It was special. Everybody knows it's another level when it comes to NFL versus college or anything else. So, it was everything that I expected. It felt good to be out there.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Gary. Let's jump over to Jordan and then Dustin.
Hey, Laviska, I know you've done it before in college in terms of moving all over the field, but just how comfortable are you in that role? You're in a new offense, and you're being asked to do a whole lot in terms of wildcat quarterback, lining up in the slot out wide, taking some carries. How's that been for you so far, and how comfortable are you moving forward?
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. I love it. I love having the pressure on me, and I love just. I have to. I have no choice but to take advantage of my opportunities. So I like the pressure. I like everything that they're doing with me, and I'm just gonna keep taking advantage of it.
Awesome. And how did it feel getting in the end zone in your first game?
Felt good. So much excitement.
Glad to hear it. Thanks.
Thanks, Jordan. Let's go over to Dustin and then Mark Long.
All right. Hey, Laviska. Hope everything's going well for you today. Practice was good, all that good stuff. So to piggyback off that a little bit, first, what was it like to get your first NFL touchdown? Is that a weight off your chest, or were you kind of expecting it in week one?
Of course I'm expecting it because I'm a receiver. At the end of the day, I want to score, and I'm here to score a touchdown. So, I expected to score, but I didn't think it was going to come that fast, and not in that type of form either. But definitely took a lot off my shoulders, and like I was just saying, I'm comfortable.
Yep. And then second, was there any pre-planning on that end zone celebration, or was that kind of a whim of the moment type thing?
Yeah, so I was actually going to do something else, but in the huddle, I think it was after the timeout, during the timeout, they talked about just doing bowling as a team. So, and then Minshew had his interview the other day. I guess he was still getting the play call, so that's why he wasn't in the huddle. But we discussed it as a team, as a huddle. So I don't know what happened there.
Can we look forward to some more creative celebrations all year long?
Most definitely, we got a very fun group. So yeah, we're gonna get live in the end zone.
Good to hear.
Thanks, Dustin. All right, let's go over to Mark Long and then over to Mia.
Hey, LaVisca, Coach Marone and even Coach Gruden both said that they went back to your college tape to try to maybe incorporate some of that stuff. Do you see a lot of what you did in college in the playbook, and how much of that have we seen already, or are there a lot of tweaks involved?
What's crazy is none of that stuff got put in. Like the stuff I did this past Sunday, none of that stuff got put into the week of. So I think they're just going day by day, and they're throwing opportunities at me. They throwing obstacles at me to see how I respond to it.
So were you a little surprised then, given training camp? Were you a little surprised last week when all of a sudden all the stuff showed up that
Nope.
you had during camp?
Nope.
No.
I was not. I'm ready. I'm always ready. And I'm telling you, I love to do that type of stuff. So anytime my name get called to do something like that, I'm on board with it.
Is this just the tip of the iceberg, the scratch on the surface, all that stuff? Is there so much more that you can do?
So much more. So much more. I'm not the type of guy that talks. Like I said, I'm a very humble guy, and I'm just ready for the opportunities to come my way. I'm gonna take the most of it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. All right, let's go over to Mia and then John Shipley and then Cassidy.
Mute, hand button, they're all different. Hey, LaVisca, just curious. Obviously, first road game for you in the NFL, but also will be played without fans. What are your expectations? How do you think that might be?
Expectations is no matter what, go in and leave with the W. We can't worry about the fans or anything. We just got to execute our plan and just get the job done. And hopefully it'll be all right. I mean, we got our team, so at the end of the day, that's all we need.
Thanks, Mia. All right, let's go over to John, and then we'll finish up with Cassidy.
Hey, LaVisca, on the 2 touchdown passes that, went to DJ and Keelan, it seemed like you going in motion kind of opened things up for them just schematically. I mean, how big is it for you to be able to help the offense even when you're not getting the ball?
I think it's big. I think it's real big. I don't have to, do too much. So I'm saying that because coming from college, I had to do a lot. I was doing a lot. So now I'm here. I'm able to do things, but I don't have to do too much. And great things are still happening. And it's good, that I'm able to, do these other things and get other people open, or just to help out any type of way. And at the end of the day, I'm not tripping. I want to win, and I'm here to do whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Is it something you noticed when you went back and watched the game that maybe they were kind of looking at you whenever you came across the formation and giving you extra attention?
Say it one more time. Is
it something you noticed when you rewatched the game that maybe sometimes you went in motion that, like you had said, it helped set things up for the other guys?
Let me see that I noticed. It wasn't really it wasn't like they was like just screaming like watch 10, watch 10.
Yeah.
It was just they know what type of guy I am. So I mean it was like keep your eyes on him, but it wasn't no big type of deal at all.
Cool. Thanks, LaVisca.
Thanks, John. All right, let's finish up with Cassidy. Oh, man. You there, Cassidy?
Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. I understand Mia's problem now. 2 things real quick. First, just want to clarify. You said y'all decided to do the bowling thing in the huddle. Was it right before that play, earlier in the drive?
It was that drive. It was I don't want to say it was that play right before that play, but it definitely was that drive because we had a timeout and then a couple of plays after that. was a touchdown. So I don't know exactly. I don't remember.
But you knew that's how it was going to end.
You said what?
You knew that's how that drive was going to end.
Had to. I mean, if we're discussing it, and just speaking it into existence, it got to happen like that.
That seems like a great life motto.
The mind is very powerful.
Second thing, real quick, now that you've got your first game behind you, can you look back at last week's game prep and your own personal game prep and see what worked, what didn't in the NFL that you can kind of use as you prepare for Tennessee?
I think I prepared very well. I know in college I wasn't a big guy on having my head in the film all day or just doing extra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I did prepare well, and I think it's gonna be a couple more things I add to that, but
like what?
It was good. It was good.
Okay.
You
Thank
said
you.
like what? What
Yeah.
I meant was like watching extra film, taking extra notes, being more detailed on the defenders, actually paying attention to everything that's going on. Or I'm just not paying attention at this guy. I'm paying attention what he's doing. Oh, now they about to run this play because of what he's doing. So I'm just being more detailed in everything because that's what you have to do now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Cassidy. And I lied. We have one more sneaking in from Demetrius, so it better be a good one.
Is he in a car wash?
I don't know where. He sounds like he's in a car wash. So let's say you're all good. We'll let you go for the day.
Okay.
Thanks so much for your time.
Hey, Cassidy.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cassidy.